Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode. I am your host, Pixelated Turtle, and today we're going to explore a fascinating topic that resonates with many indie game developers and gamers alike. Why pixel art is so common and popular amongst indie developers. Pixel art has become a defining visual medium for many indie games, and in this episode, we will explore the reasons behind its enduring popularity. So, let's begin. Pixel art has deep roots in the history of video games. It dates back to the early days of gaming when technology was limited. Early consoles and computers had very limited processing power and memory, which meant that developers had to create games using very few pixels and colors. Despite these limitations, game designers used pixel art to create iconic characters and worlds that have become, simply put, legendary in gaming history. Games like Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, Pac Man are all examples of how pixel art was used effectively to create memorable experiences. The retro aesthetic has since become synonymous with the golden age of gaming, evoking a sense of nostalgia for those who grew up playing these classic games. That being said, why is it still so popular and appealing for indie developers? Well, one of the key reasons is accessibility. Creating high quality, realistic 3D models and textures requires significant resources, both in terms of time and money. Indie developers, who often work with smaller budgets and teams, find pixel art to be a more manageable option. Pixel art allows developers to focus on creativity and storytelling without the need for cutting edge technology. The simplicity of pixel art means that it's easier to create assets, allowing developers to prototype and iterate more quickly. This is especially important for indie developers who need to move fast and efficiently. Um, with the right set of skills and with just a few pixels, an artist can convey emotions, create atmospheres, and build immersive worlds using just a few colors and a few pixels. This is what makes pixel art so amazing and a powerful tool for indie developers who want to tell compelling stories uh, without relying on hyper realistic graphics. Technical aspect aside, I believe that one of the reasons why we as gamers love pixel art so much is because of the undeniable nostalgia factor that it holds. For us 90s gamers who grew up playing the early versions of Mario, Zelda, or even Pokemon, this particular art style is deeply intertwined with fond memories of our childhood, right? I mean, whenever I see a modern pixel art title, such as the more recent Eastward, for example, I immediately remember the good old days when I used to play, just used to lay flat on my bed without a care of the world and play Pokemon Emerald on my GBA for hours on end. Indie game developers often tap into this nostalgia factor to create games that resonate emotionally with their audiences. By using pixel art, developers can evoke a sense of familiarity and comfort. It's a way of paying homage to the classics while creating something new and original. Games like Stardew Valley, a personal favorite of mine by the way, Celeste, and Undertale are perfect examples of modern titles that use pixel art to connect with players on an emotional level. These games feel like a warm embrace from the past, reminding us of the simple joys of gaming. But there are many artists who use pixel art not for nostalgia or practicality, but more as an artistic choice. The limitations of pixel art can actually inspire creativity. Working within a constrained canvas forces artists to think outside the box and find innovative ways to convey their ideas. If you think about it, perhaps some of the most innovative games of recent years have embraced pixel art as their art style to the fullest extent. Undertale is an incredible example of this. Even though the game looks very simple on the surface, once you start going deeper, you slowly realize how much love, care, and effort has gone into developing the game and its underlying mechanics. Pixel art can also be incredibly versatile. If you want, it can be cute and whimsical. If you want, you can make it dark and atmospheric, or anywhere in between. A recent game that I played was it was a side-scrolling hack and slash called Blasphemous, and its sequel, Blasphemous 2. Both of them embrace pixel art to the fullest, but using that art style, sorry, using that art style, the way they have portrayed such a gruesome and violent world is just mesmerizing. Everything from the environment, the characters, the enemy designs, the alluringly looking, or I should say, alluringly horrible looking boss designs, um, all of them embrace pixel art to the fullest. So, this freedom is something that many indie developers cherish as it enables them to create unique visual experiences that stands out in the market. I mean, there are hundreds of God of War clones and 3D hack and slash clones to be more precise. But how many Blasphemouses are there, right? So, considering everything, I believe that even if you are a completely new individual in the world of gaming, it should be clear to you now that amongst us gamers and indie game developers, pixel art holds a very special place, and I believe that it will continue holding that place for years to come. Its combination of accessibility, expressiveness, and nostalgia ensures that it remains a beloved art form. Whether it's used to create entirely new worlds or to reimagine the classics, pixel art is here to stay. Um, with that being said, Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the world of pixel art and indie games. I do hope that you've gained some insight into why this style remains so popular amongst developers and gamers alike. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment. And as always, keep creating, keep playing, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.